Good afternoon. It's Thursday, May 1st, 2025. Mental health is real. Seek help and the stigma on the news this afternoon. Rivers NLC celebrates Low-Key Workers' Day in line with national instruction. Organized labor demand increase in salary of workers. Rivers State Administrator Ibas says free fuel subsidy buses to resume soon. Rivers government lashes out at critics over retrieval of vehicles from suspended deputy governor. On the foreign scene, thousands of Israeli reservists sign letters demanding an end in Gaza war. I'm Ifechukwu Mwanyele with the news. Now, Rivers State Administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, says he has released funds for the resumption of the free fuel subsidy buses for civil servants and that more buses will soon be launched. Retired Vice Admiral Ibas said this during his May Day broadcast. He said he has given attention to the payment of the consequential adjustment for pensioners, among others.
Release funds to resume the intervention bus scheme to ease transportation burdens on our workers following the removal of fuel subsidy. We are also considering more buses to boost the fleet. In the next 2 weeks, we are launching a leadership training program for civil servants to improve capacity. Furthermore, I'm giving serious attention to the payment of 32,000 naira consequential adjustment for pensioners and the payment of gratuities to those who have served.
The sole administrator said the minimum wage is being paid for local government workers in resolution of salary disputes for medical and healthcare workers at the local government level.
Salaries and pensions are being paid promptly. We have approved payments for newly employed staff in the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital and the judiciary. We have resolved salary disputes for medical and healthcare workers in our local government areas, and we have ensured the minimum wage is paid to all local government employees. The contributory pension scheme we know has been a source of concern. We are reviewing the issues and funding gaps and working to find a lasting and a fair solution.
Retired Vice Admiral Ibas promised to ensure that workers form part of the process to rebuild the institution of governance.
Fellow citizens, dear workers, this is only the beginning. We are rebuilding not just the institutions of governance, also trust. You are central to that process. Together, we will reposition Rivers State to take its rightful place as a model of peace, productivity, and progress. Let us continue to put Rivers State first. Let us move forward together with commitment, unity, and with the firm belief that our best days lie ahead.
Meanwhile, the NLC in Rivers State is complying with the directive of the national body to hold the event at the Secretariat and without fanfare. Our correspondent at the Secretariat reports that workers of different affiliates are gathering there to observe the Workers' Day celebration. Recall that the NLC in a letter directed that given the peculiar circumstance of the subversion of democratic governance in Rivers State, the celebration in the state should not involve fanfare, but rather a sober reflection. It said the event should be used to advocate for the restoration of democratic governance in the state. Now, elsewhere, the national president of the NLC, Joe Ajero, says they have started bracing up to push for a review of the minimum wage to address the widespread hardship. Mr. Ajero said the worsening socioeconomic situation has further deteriorated their living standards, leaving many impoverished. The NLC president also charged state affiliates to fight for the full implementation of the current national minimum wage. His statement comes as Nigerian workers join their counterpart worldwide to mark May Day, also known as Workers' Day. In the meantime, River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has praised the resilience, dedication and professionalism of the Rivers workforce, particularly in light of ongoing challenges to democratic governance in the state. In his message of solidarity and appreciation, Governor Fubara encouraged them to stay hopeful and united, assuring them that the forces of justice, peace and progress will prevail. The governor reaffirmed his administration's dedication to workers' welfare and called on all employers to respect labor laws and uphold the right and dignity of every worker. He acknowledged the effort of the federal government in advancing labor reforms and promoting climate-conscious policies that support a healthier, safer working environment nationwide. Now, this year's Workers' Day theme is ensuring safety and health at work in a changing climate. Moving on now, the Rivers State government has expressed surprise at what it called the deliberate misrepresentation of the lawful retrieval of 2 Toyota Hilux vehicles and 1 hiace bus from the premises of the suspended Deputy Governor, Professor Ngozi Odu. Now, in a statement by the Senior Special Advisor to the State Government, Hector Ibuike-Owubo, the government expressed surprise that its routine administrative action aimed at securing government property has been twisted by those it described as political opportunists seeking to create unnecessary tension. Now, the state government also wondered what legitimate purpose the vehicles were serving in the premises of the suspended deputy governor after the declaration of a state of emergency. The statement said the recovery of assets cannot be construed as executive overreach and that the administration remains committed to prudent management of public resources and will not be distracted by what it termed baseless allegations. Reacting to this, a political scientist, Dr. Obinna Nwodim, says the retrieval of vehicles attached to the suspended deputy governor of Rivers State, Professor Ngozi Odu, does not speak well of the sole administrator whose mandate is to restore peace to the state. Speaking with our correspondent, Dr. Nwodim said the retrieval of the vehicles suggests some level of acrimony. He said the deputy governor was only suspended and should continue to enjoy some benefits attached to her office.
I think that they've not been removed from office. They have just been suspended. It doesn't mean that they are still not part of the government. They are just suspended for a few months. And going to retrieve vehicles from them does not speak well in the peace-building process in the state. I think that the mission of a sole administrator is to build peace amongst the parties in conflict here in Rivers State. And if you approach this kind of matter in a manner that suggests some level of acrimony, it doesn't suggest that there is any peace-building process that is ongoing in the state.
Coming up next, ICPC begin probe of alleged irregularities in student loans. Stay with us.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. As talks of reconciliation between the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and Governor Siminalayi Fubara continue to make headlines, several key voices in the political space are calling for genuine and lasting peace amid the ongoing crisis in Rivers State. Speaking with correspondent Yobi Oluware, former spokesperson for civil society organizations in the state, Solomon Lenu, cast doubt on whether true peace can be achieved. He said Rivers State needs peace without conditions.
I have not seen any clear intention from the part of the Minister of the FCT to actually sue for peace. Today, if you look at what is going on, you will see that it is only the governor who is actually serious about the issue of peace in Rivers State, because you can see that from his body language, from his actions, We expected that the Minister of the FCT should understand that leadership comes with responsibility, and one of those responsibility is to make difficult sacrifices.
Meanwhile, Port Harcourt-based legal practitioner Vincent Chukwu urged the FCT minister to ensure that any peace initiative is aimed at serving the people of Rivers State, not as a strategy to expand political influence.
All stakeholders, the parties, assembly members, major political leaders and others. Was there any such settlement when Amechi finished his tenure? Was there any such settlement when Odili finished his tenure and handed over? About the party Sim belongs. Whatever party Sim belongs does not change who Sim is. Sim is already a very good man with a good mind to actually govern the Rivers people well and make the Rivers people enjoy their natural resources. In fact, Sim defecting to any other party he is doing so against his wish. There is nothing wrong, only that he is only dancing to the political imperative of the moment.
Now, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio has denied the jailed independent national electoral officer, Professor Peter Oban, who was convicted for rigging election in favor of All Progressive Congress, of ever working for him. Now, in a statement, Akpabio said the story that Oban worked in his favor as electoral officer in Akwa Ibom State is unfounded and intended to tarnish his image. And now the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has unveiled some new digital tools aimed at strengthening the management and transparency of future elections in the country. Chairman of the Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, unveiled the digital tools at a one-day retreat in Lagos. Professor Yakubu said the mobile applications will transform everything from voter registration to result collation. Now, the digital applications unveiled include the Collation and Returning Officers Management System, CROMS, designed to streamline the management of collation and returning officers, and the Election Results Management System, ERMS, designed to enhance the process of managing and transmitting election results, among others. In other news, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has commenced an investigation into alleged irregularities surrounding the disbursement of student loan under the Nigerian Education Loan Fund. In a statement on Thursday by the ICPC spokesman, Demola Bakare, the Commission said its chairman's special task force immediately commenced investigations upon receiving the allegations. Recall that the National Orientation Agency had alleged that certain schools, working together with some banks, deliberately delayed payments to students who qualified for loans so they could make money off the situation. Now, this was followed by a media report which alleged that some institutions made unauthorized deductions ranging from 3,500 naira to 30,000 naira from each student's institutional fees received through the loan fund. And now to business, the revenue mobilization allocation provisions. In entertainment, Grammy-nominated singer Davido has celebrated wife Chioma's 30th birthday, gifting her a brand new G-Wagon AMG G63 with $10,000 cash from the car dealer. In sport, former Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag is on Bayer Leverkusen's list of possible candidates to replace Xabi Alonso, who has been linked with taking over from Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
Thousands of Israeli reservists from all branches of the military have signed letters demanding that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government stop the fighting and concentrate instead of reaching a deal to bring back the remaining 59 hostages being held by Hamas.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Now that's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. Rivers NLC are marking a low-key workers' day in line with national instruction. Organized labor says they will soon begin the demand for salary increase. Rivers State Administrator Ibas has assured that the free fuel subsidy buses will soon resume operation. Rivers government has lashed out at critics over retrieval of vehicles from suspended deputy governor. On the foreign scene, thousands of Israeli reservists have signed letters demanding an end in Gaza war. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyele. Many thanks for listening.